flex with all the shooters. Shorty, all you gotta get ahead of all my shooters, alright?
What is going on, everyone? It's your boy 3MG. We are back with another video, and this is gonna be our most disappointed game of 2017. This could be any game that you guys played this year. It could have been a game, not last year, 2016. It has to be a game that came out this year that you've played that you was just like, no, I cannot believe this shit. This was just so disappointing of a game, a story. The only thing weird about this is that this game in particular, we all already knew that this game was going to be a little bit butt. We already had this idea that this game was going to be butt due to its promotion, some of the footage that we seen right before it released, the beta, the demo that we played. We already knew it was going to be ass, but there's still a reason why, in my opinion, this was the most disappointing game thus far. Now, you guys can comment below your most disappointing game of this year. You can explain why. I'll get back to you guys in the comment section, but this is the game that I find most disappointing, and that is Ghost Recon Wildlands. I know you guys are gonna probably say like, yo, Rick, but you been knew this game was gonna be ass before it came out. We seen footage, we seen gameplay, it looked a little bit funky and clunky, whatever. I understand that, but you know, Ubisoft, and shout out to Ubisoft, they had sent me the game, they let your boy play it, but the most disappointing thing about that game is how amazing it could have been had they just shortened the world. There was so many things about that game where it went wrong that if they just didn't go about making these decisions, this game could have been amazing. Now, let me explain. I've been a big fan of Ghost Recon for years, but this time they changed it up. They made it a 4-player type game, co-op or 4 online players, and now they decided to release this 4-on-4 multiplayer because, of course, who doesn't want PvP with Ghost Recon? That was what Ghost Recon was about. So they decided to bring that back later on in an early update, I guess for free or whatnot, but you need to have the base game. But in this case, how the game released, it was a big, massive world. Big, gorgeous looking world filled with nothing, in my opinion. It had nothing in it, it had vehicles, it had people in it. Everyone looked the same in each territory, whether if it was in the snow territory, the rain and jungle territory, the little urban, so it's like suburb city looking territory, everyone looked basically the same. So it didn't really have any dynamic towards that. It had a nice day and night cycle, weather pattern changes. I liked all that stuff. What makes it so much disappointing is that you didn't have to go that far, make it so massive, because that whole story kind of went out the same way depending on how you went across and defeated these bosses or drug cartels, right? Kind of ended up being the same thing, rinse and repeat, blah, 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 blah. And it made me wish that the Division took this route in terms of mechanics and gunplay, because that was the most amazing feature in this game. And that was the weaponry, that was the mechanics of how you use your weapons, because when you shot an enemy, it wasn't like a hitbox of like 100 HP and you had to knock it down. No, if you shot somebody once in the head, they were done. If you shot somebody in their arms, limbs, whatever, a couple shots, they're dead. It made it more realistic. But that piece of the game was the only thing I found to be the best part of the game. The story itself was kind of trash. Having this big, massive world filled with nothing that only pertained to a story, you couldn't do anything that was fun, engaging on the side. It wasn't really that good in my opinion. And I kind of, you know, brought back to like the Division, because I'm like, yo, if only the Division had the gun mechanics in this game, in their game, the Division would have been amazing. The Division having all those hitboxes, and when you shot the same enemies, I think dudes with hoodies and Tims, and they had all this health and everything, it made it kind of trash because it made me not care about the weapons. You know, something like the Ghost Recon, I like to get tactical, and I'm just like, damn man, this game can really get tactical with all the features, but it just makes for a pointless, you know, feature when you have a game that's kind of boring in my opinion. So it kind of threw me off, and I understand this game was going to be a little bit butt because I played it early and I knew some of the stuff was gonna happen, but actually playing the full game in its entirety makes it more upsetting and more disappointing that this game could have been amazing had they not limited the online play, had they not limited, or maybe could have limited the size of this world, because it was big for no reason, to be honest with you. It was just a big, you know, let's get in the helicopter, travel from one city to the next, go back and forth. It was like all over the place. So that was my most disappointing game of 2017. If they would have brought this gun mechanics or weapon mechanics into the Division, and they would have just taken away all that other stuff and fixed up the looting, oh man, those two games would have been great. But yeah, that's my opinion. You guys could drop your comments below. Drop your most disappointing game of 2017, and let's see what you guys found most disappointing, man. I'm out of here. You have a happy new year. God bless. Peace.
Yeah, I told you, the weather's cold, we're getting older. Things even change when it gets colder, but we'll move on just like a moment. The sun is gone.